Hello, DTL crew. Welcome to a very, very special edition of Double Trouble Live, the first ever for the Bing Crosby Fall Meet here at Del Mar. And not only is today a big day, Ciaran, but we got some good action coming up this weekend. I'm Frank Ciaran, Ciaran Thornton.
Yep, we got some nice action. Hope you can hear me good, right? I'm hanging out here on track. You didn't bother showing up. You stayed at home base today.
Yeah, because someone has to run the studio and do all the work.
That's it.
Did we already establish this, that you were the diva? You're out there, in the director's room. What is that painting behind your back? It looks, is that a mirror or a painting? What is that? That looks pretty cool.
I don't know. They want $10,000 for it. No thanks.
10,000 sold. Because you know why? Guess what the minimum amount of money we're going to win this weekend is?
We're going to win. There we go. I like your thinking there, Frank.
Ciaran's the carrot top of the show. He likes props, but I out-propped him today. 100 grand. That's what we're going to do. No surprise. Everyone knows it's Breeders' Cup weekend. It is so exciting. Del Mar's hosted it a few times before. They've done a fantastic job. Ciaran is on track because, he's the rock star of this operation. What's the vibe, man? What's it like? How's everything going out there?
Calm before the storm. Like just walking around, it's like a normal Bing Crosby day. Really? But tomorrow it's just going to be crazy, and then Saturday crazy on top of crazy. But yeah, today's a nice chill day.
Well, I mean, all week's been a little crazy, right? We had the draw party on Monday. Terry went to the racetrack chaplaincy dinner on Tuesday. They don't serve alcohol at that dinner, so I politely declined. And I know you wouldn't have gone either.
No, I went to Jocktails last night. That was probably one of the best Jocktails I've ever gone to. It was really cool at the Del Mar train station, like a really great outdoor event, I would say.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I was at the Turf Riders Award dinner. I go every year. I have to support my fellow members of the media, and it was a special event last night because Daily Racing Form Steve Anderson, a buddy of mine I see every day at Del Mar in the press box, was awarded an honor last night. So is Joe Harper, the man behind Del Mar, Hollywood legend, horse racing legend, Nick Luck, excellent broadcaster, and then also Perry Oots, 71-year-old jockey, still going strong. Unbelievable. He wasn't there.
I was going to try and get Joe Harper to come on. He's in the room next door, but I was like, yeah, I won't push my luck.
Well, we'll get Terry's his agent, really. So you got to book through Terry, actually.
There we go.
They know each other pretty well. So what was Jocktails all about?
It's for the Disabled Jockeys Fund. So every big race meet, every big race meet, they do it. It's a fantastic event. They auction off a bunch of stuff. Yeah, they have the jockeys work behind the bar. Let me just say, they better stick to riding horses because that was the slowest bar I've ever.
They didn't have the mental clock in their head. The timing was all off last night.
I think
Diego Herrera in. He's too young to even drink.
He was almost ready to serve. The slowest one was Ricky. I was giving him crap. I was like, could you imagine you on the other side of this bar, Ricky, waiting this long for a drink? Come on, let's go. Come on.
Oh, that's hysterical. And then tonight there's a little BC welcome party that Ciaran and I are going to go to, playing in the tournament this weekend. Anyone else out there who's playing in the tourney, good luck. We have to make some money today. Add to the bankroll heading into the weekend. We're going to go over the $5 late double. Just real quick, let me pop in the comments section. All right, Terry, she's at the track, actually. She's at Del Mar. Yep. Yeah, she said you tried to get into the turf club with a T-shirt. Come on, man.
Hey, they let me in. I just said I know Scatoni. And they were like, "Oh, yes, the seas parted when they heard that."
They're like, the racetrack prison is right here. We're going to put you in for the night. Johnny D18, he comes for the picks, but he stays for the banter. I love that. That's what this show's all about. Dan H. Perfect attendance continues. He is alive in the $3 late pick 3. He had 2-6, 6-8, 11 here, 1-6-10. Any love for the 3 here, the Vekoma first? My top pick, Dan H. But let's see what Ciaran likes. Let's get right to it. Start the $5 late double. Ciaran, just as we talk, just make sure I have your picks right on the screen. I'm without my executive producer today, so it's kind of.
And my eyesight sucks, so I'm doing it live on the phone. It should be. I think I did. I was kind of having some. 7 was. If I was forced to single in this race, 7 was my single, but it wasn't a single. I felt confident enough to just hammer like I've usually done. So I did some side bets, as you will. I was talking to Diego last night. I mean, when you go to these events, one of the cool things is you get to pick the jockey's brains. And I actually was doing, no matter what, before I talked to him, I was doing a poker double here. I changed it up a little. It was going to be Joker Went Wild, the number 6 in this race. And then in the next race, we got the number 4, Take Another Card. So I was like, what a perfect $5 double. It'll probably pay. So, I mean, we are at Del Mar, and, when we do the newcomer seminar, Frank, we often say many times here, hey, if some names sing to you at Del Mar, more times than not, they'll pay pretty good. And I actually like the horses too.
Anywhere else, ladies and gentlemen. In-depth analysis right here.
But I mean, like I said, I thought Tommy Norris 7-2. We're looking at right now 4-1. So I thought the horse should smoke them. Top last race speed, lots of experience. But the problem with the 7 is it likes to go fast and fade. Now, this might be a group of donkeys that it could beat, but we've seen some of these races where that's not the case. So I thought I had to spread a little bit. So I went with number 8. Ricky, and debut horse. I mean, sometimes when you see some of these races and you're not really impressed with the horses, why not take a swing on, the fresh face in the crowd?
Sure.
Ricky's riding great, and this is a small little stable that already won on a first-time debut horse. So I was like, you know what? Why not? There's not, nothing to say about the works or anything, but Ricky already hit on a horse for this stable. So I thought, why not? It's a little bit of a price. And then number 11, how am I not going to bet Paula? Because every time I don't bet her, she wins. So DeMuro, and he actually just won.
All come along except for when she won.
Yeah, and then, DeMuro won that last race in the upset, so maybe he gets the double here.
So in this leg, you're all about the 6, 7, 8, and 11. We'll talk about the horses in the next leg. Let me put my picks up real quick because Dan H. did ask about the Vekoma firster. Ciaran, I was like you. I felt like I could have been a little spready in this race, but I didn't want to get too involved. I didn't love the sequence. A lot of first-time starters in this field. It's not really my specialty. But I did come up with the number 3 Lotox, and frankly, I'm surprised that you didn't because Frazier is your man. And you picked a lot of first-time starters that he ended up on who ran really well. I think Ryan Hansen is phenomenal with young horses, good first-time start numbers, and Vekoma. All this horse does is produce winners.
I took a long look at that one, and I took a long look at the Phil JJ horse. So it was one of those things I was like, it's going to get to the point where I'm going to be spreading so much that even if I hit just with a price and a low price in the next, I probably won't get my bet back. So even though I'm spready, I spread a little where I think if I hit, I'll get my bet back plus some. And if the long shots come in, I'll hit. But I had to toss a couple, and I really did look a long time at the 3. I really did.
Yeah, you can't use them all, right? Especially if you don't have a strong opinion.
So, I had to make a stand. I thought it was a tough sequence, and I was like, I'm just going to go with what I like.
I'm with you, though. I really like the 11. I think the 11's sitting on a big race. But to your point, Ciaran, I could have probably used 3 or 4 others, and I still might not have felt confident getting out of this race. It doesn't look like the computers have a strong opinion either. Looking at the tote real quick, the 11 is the lukewarm favorite right now at 7-2. And let's see what the doubles from the previous leg are coming back. Okay,
and we had a big upset in the the pools have been pretty healthy today, Frank, and we had that big upset in the pick 3. So we should get some really good money on this late double here. I mean, I think this is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, right now, the favorite, the will pays, the 11 is paying 63 if you have the winner of the first leg. And then the 9 is next at 97. And then it's all kind of like between 100 and 300. There are some bombs in there, but it doesn't look like anyone has a super strong opinion in this leg, Ciaran.
Well, that's shocking. I thought the 7 would have been the favorite going in, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I was curious about that 7. The 7
it might be the same thing. Like I thought when I did my notes on paper, the 7 should blow them away. If you said, Ciaran, you get to pick one horse in this race, it was going to be the 7. But I spread a little bit more. But I'm kind of shocked because I thought the 7 might be one the robots would have hit. So
me too.
A little shocking to me.
That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. And then just real quick, the favorite double combo going forward, because we're going to check out probables in just a second. Again, it's very spready. There's no strong favorite in this leg, and there's no strong favorite in the next leg. Right now, the 7-4 double combo is the lowest at 116, and then 7-3 is at 154. But I mean, if you like anything here, it's going to be good value because nothing seems to be overbet or an underlay. So let's talk real quick about that last leg, Ciaran. Again, you're super spready.
Yeah, I mean, and I handicapped the first race for, instead of going backwards, I did the first leg when I was handicapping today. And I was like, oh, man, I'm spready. I hope I can find a single in the next leg. And then I went, ugh.
Me too. It's like, oh, even more spready.
I was like, yeah, I can't have it. But the problem is, you could still be pretty spready, I think, on this double with a $5 double. And with the right combination, you could make some coin here. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, I don't think you have to bet a lot to get paid decently here if you're right.
No, I agree with you.
And I mean, sometimes those are great because you get to spread and you get to cheer for a bunch of horses versus just going down in flames in the first leg. So, if you want to be collecting tickets, this might be one. Even when you spread, you could come away with a pretty decent profit, I think.
All right. Sorry about that, Stephen D. I'll try to talk louder and move a little closer, but my setup is the same as always. So sorry about that, but let me know if that's any better. Ciaran, if you had to pick one horse in the nightcap, who would your top pick be?
Oh, that's a tough one because I had 3 I really liked. I mean, Pratt for Phil, and I know there's a lot of negatives. Pratt just almost tried to wire them in the last race, but as we know, Phil does not waste calls on Pratt. And on paper, I mean, it's a massive jockey upgrade. The horse hasn't raced since February. It's been racing at Los Alba. We've talked about that, Phil doing that and going, onto turf, not a concern. But, but when Phil makes a call to Pratt, and it's the last race, I mean, he's already gotten a feel for the course. The horse has to be kind of live for Pratt to stay around. The last race today versus prepping for tomorrow was another thing I was thinking as well.
That's shocking to me because on paper that horse does not look very good. But with Pratt taking the call, you have to consider. I did this race for the Del Mar website. You can read my full analysis there in the next 5 minutes if you want. I'm with you, Ciaran, though. I was a little spready. I couldn't really narrow it down. If I had to pick, I think 4 is the most likely winner. Go ahead.
I mean, I really liked it. Rispoli for Callahan. Barrios moved to the number 2, which I took a really close look at, but ended up going away from because, I mean, the number 7, Lila, Johnny V hops on for Baltus.
Yeah.
And I think he could be the difference maker here. This horse just comes really late. These guys are 1 for 3. The horse is always at the line. Bullet work, blinkers off. Johnny V might be the difference on Lila, and we're getting we're getting 4-1 now. Well, that sucks. We were getting 15-1 morning line, so I guess the word's out.
You're looking at the wrong race, Ciaran. This is race.
Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go.
7 is the next. Next race. Let's look at some combos because the 7 is my top pick, actually. I'm
off the 7 now, guys. All right. Good line through that one.
No, but still, I mean, we can see who's taking money. So you're 2, 4, 5, 7, 10. Let's see.
Let's go with that 6.
10.
All right.
7-4 is 122. 7-5, 340. 7-7, 236. And 7-10, 245.
And I got them twice, so that's nice. I'll take that. I will take those pays with the 7. That's not bad when I have them twice.
No, those are great. I mean, like I said, there's no combo that's being overbet.
And then I've got my Texas Hold'em hand. What's the 6 with the 4 pan?
333.
Oh, that's not bad. 6 with 2.
474.
6 with 5.
547.
And 6 with. Oh, so those look great. And I'm assuming the 811 is paying. Oh my God, 8 is 50 to 1. Really in this leg?
Am I looking at the 11 scratched in the last race?
Oh, all right.
810. You mean 8?
Oh, 10. Sorry, yeah.
8. How much have you had to drink today, Ciaran?
Not enough, because I was saving myself for Monarch later.
Let's see who the DTL crew likes going to post here. Let us see. Okay, we got a couple of minutes. Let's roll through real quick. So we said Dan H. He needs the 6, 8, 11. Do we have all those in? I have 311.
I've got 6, 8, 11.
You have the 6. Okay, so we have all those.
Yeah, we got them all.
I like it when we have the same horses as Dan H. Speaking of Dan H., we're thinking about having. I mean, we decided we're going to start having some DTL guests on the show, and we reached out to Dan H. to be our first guest on Sunday. So stay tuned for that. I am sure you guys are sick of hearing me and Ciaran just talk all alone here. So that's going to be very, very exciting. Dan H. needs to vet me first, though. We're going to talk on Sunday morning, and if we get the green light, we'll like to have him on the show. John Allwell is going to be at South Point. Go see John Lindo. He's the best. You can go there. Mr. Guitar, Ciaran, the 1 and 3 in this leg. Anything on the 1?
Kiki ride?
Yep.
He must know something. Maiden to maiden. Maiden claiming to maiden. Lewis is 0 for 11.
Yeah,
I mean, it did lose by a length, and the notes here game to the wire. I mean, at least you like reading some of the notes. So I mean, I wouldn't talk you off it in this race. This is one of those, and we got a pretty sharp work. So I mean,
that's a good point.
This race, I don't think there's any bad pick if you have a reason in this leg.
That's an excellent point. This horse is not my typical kind of pick, but based on the rest of the field, it's not impossible, as Ciaran said. John likes the 4 and the 6 in this race. The firster from Phil and Joker Went Wild, a corner firster. Yeah, a lot of unknowns. That's the problem.
Yeah, and you know, if I'm not using a Phil horse with JJ, you know, I'm like, but it's dirt. I mean, lots of sharp works, and JJ still not won a horse for Phil, although today might be the day so he knocks us both out. But if this was on turf, I'd be using dirt. Yeah, dirt. I'm like, yeesh. I mean, it is amazing. I mean, it also does make a lot of sense because Fresh Shoe and Rispoli have been getting a lot of the mounts, and it's been in races where JJ's been committed, you know, to the likes of Mullins or Baltus or Baffert, you know, so it doesn't surprise me.
Can't pick them all, but Dan H. makes a funny point. The more we talk about prices, the more likely we're going to get favorite. We'll see about that. Golf Triplets Pro, welcome back. He is alive in the pick 3 to the 4, 7, 9, 11. And he's got extra press on the 10. He's got coverage here. That's smart. Carlos, hey Carlos, 4-7 with 3. So a lot of overlap, but also very, very spready.
Well, I think the DTL crew, we have every horse, so someone in the DTL crew is going to be alive.
No, I don't think anybody has. Well, here, number 8, Cabal. Someone mentioned Cabal. That was your
I have a
Sean Williams horse. Yeah, that's one of your sneaky ones. And
yep.
Let me see if you understand this comment. Somebody said, Cabal is dropping like a stone. I don't know what you mean by that, Johnny. He's 63 to 1. She's 63 to 1 on the tote. So not sure about that. And not really.
Come on. I really need the 8 to win because that will beat your 57 to 1 shot, Frank. Come on, 8. Come on.
You're right. 66 to 1. That would set a new record for the show.
Yeah. Come on.
Let's go back here. Good coverage. Banners. All right. So Ciaran has 4, 5, 7, 10 in the last. 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it's very, very spready.
But the pays are good enough where even a $5 spread's paying pretty decent.
Oh, 100%. My point is, though,
that's why I thought it was okay to spread a little bit, And I mean, what's funny is we probably should have looked at it. It might be one of those where if you did all in this leg and a couple in the next, you'd still probably come out ahead if you hit a couple of prices.
The probables are phenomenal. I mean, nobody knows what to do here.
And when the robots don't know what to do,
11 to the 1.
When the robots don't know what to do, we get paid. Tommy's having some issues. Well, the number 7's having some issues getting into the gate. Oh,
so right now, the
jockey's
11,
off the 7 right now.
Number 11, another bullet is the current favorite at the
favorite might get scratched here, Frank. Number 7 might get scratched. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on with the 7.
Okay, the safety protocols that are in place all across the country.
Well, we're going to have to see what this delay is all about.
Number 7, Frank. Number 7. Scratched. Scratch. Oh, no. Oh, that changes everything now. We got a scratch, Frank. Number 7.
Yeah, we hear you, Ciaran. That's right there, up to the minute track info. Very good. So what happens in the first leg of the double? You just get a refund, right? Because you.
Yeah, I think if you've done multi, you just get a refund on that part. I think.
Well, no, in the double. If anything else, I think pick 3 is a consolation. And pick 4, you're screwed.
Yeah, and my $10 double is now dead. I'm going to have to scramble and do a bet. Because I had the 7 into a bunch of horses.
Yeah, so right now you just have the 6, 8, and 11.
And you know what, Frank, to go back to something, this was my worry about putting all my money on the Lee horse. He's just not had, you know what I mean? Good luck lately. And then look, his horse gets scratched at the gate.
Yeah, I mean, this horse, I'm kind of disappointed. I didn't like the 7 at all. I was dead on the board, has had plenty of chances. I think you lucked out there, Ciaran. I don't think the 7 was going to win that race.
Now I got to scramble and see. We need some. I need something else. What do I have in the? I got 6 into the 2, 4, 7. I got it late. I got to do 8, 11 into it. Oy!
I'm with you, Dan. Throw in that 3, Ciaran.
Well, I'll just start hitting numbers left and right if my thing will log in. Everyone's trying to get online now. Well, usually I'll use my phone, but I'm using the phone for this live thing, so I'm probably gonna miss the bet.
The 3 is taking a lot of money for a first or before the scratch. Even going to take more. That's the Ryan Hansen Frazier horse. Bullet Gatework 5 furlongs last time. Vacoma is having a great year as a sire. Ryan Hansen does a great job with 2-year-olds. Does a great job with first-time starters. Again, Ciaran, I was really surprised that you didn't have that horse, but now you might because you're 7 scratch.
Yeah, I'm trying to scramble now.
To beat that 7. Yeah, let Ciaran. Ciaran's going to work on getting his bets in because God forbid he just lets it go. He's got to reallocate that money.
Let it go. What are you talking about? Come on.
Hey, how about 9 Mystic Moses? We haven't talked about number 9. Versus 4 to 1.
My notes on it was top power, Raceland's top power, and a gelded horse. And that's actually one of the angles I like to bet on a lot, especially when the horses don't do well. Sometimes being gelded wakes it up. But I like others better. But I mean, Miotti is 38% turf to dirt. So, you know, if you have a reason, I just thought that was the one I was going to try and beat. But the Gelded, being gelded, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I was against that horse because I thought Tommy Norris and Mystic Moses would kind of cancel each other out on the front end. But now with Tommy Norris out, you know, maybe Mystic Moses just makes the lead and doesn't look back.
And this might be something where, you know, where being gelded, you know, wakes this horse up in a huge way. Oh, number two just scratched. We got another scratch. Number two just scratched.
Monkey see, monkey do. Oh my goodness.
Well, we said it was a really bad race.
What you know my buddy Frank Tate. He would always say they should never allow 2-year-olds to race at Del Mar, first-time starters. They should have a separate track just for that. First-time starter 2-year-olds need to have one race before they can race at Del Mar, because this is what happens. You see these young horses, monkey see, monkey do. When one of them starts to act up, all start to act up.
Why does he get to go eat? Why does he get to go eat? I want to go eat now. I don't want to be out here.
Exactly, and then they start acting up.
This is going to destroy your pools if you're alive. That's what sucks. All the consolation stuff is going to dilute your pools.
All right, Dan H is adjusting here, singling the 3 with the 1-6-10, and then the 6-8-11 with the 7. Yeah, won't forgive myself if the 8 wins here and I'm not live to all. Wow, so you're on Cabal also. Interesting. I didn't come up with that one. I thought that $7,500 purchase price, I mean, that scared me off a little bit. But like you said, Ciaran, like this isn't of the horses who've already run, no one's scary. And other than the 3, you know, none of the first has really stood out. So it could be just a whack. And now that we're seeing all these scratches, it's just a wacky race.
Now with all the scratches, the all ball would have paid.
Yeah, that whacked the double combo. The 11-1 double combo now is 67. It was 88 loading. Ciaran, I'm going to give you a number. Over or under on the double pool so far, 188. Over or under?
Over.
Good man. Double trouble.
I would say it was 230 plus. And I'm not looking. I haven't gone out and looked.
All right. I'm gonna mute you so we don't give anything away, because you're gonna be ahead of everyone. See, this is why we're going to have Dan H on the show, because he predicted this. All this talk about these price horses, and the favorite wins by a city block.
Yep. And did it easy.
Real easy. Good price in the end, 2-1. Ciaran, congratulations. You finally connected with Paula Capestro.
I know. I mean, that's why I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, can I find a reason not to use it? No, I'm using it. Absolutely. You know who ran really well? And this is a notes, if you take notes. The 9 looked like he might have made a move there late. So the 9 ran pretty well, I would say.
No, the 9 was up on the lead. The 9 was no good. Well, the 9 got put away.
But
the 11 and the 9 were running 1-2 around the track. The 11 passed the 9. I mean, the 9 ran second. Oh, I see.
But I mean, it was a better race than I gave the 9 credit. So that's why I said.
Yeah,
this race.
He was second best by a lot in that race. So,
and I would say a different jockey next out on that horse might be the world of difference.
On the 9, Aguiar, yeah.
But I don't think no matter what way he raced it, the 9 was going to beat the 11.
No one was beating the 11. All right, how about Chris Babcock? He singled the 11 with nearly all. Well done, Chris. Yeah, that's the kind of conviction that Ciaran and I wish we had in this race. But we both had the horse, right? Let's see what we're looking at. I think a lot of people are alive here. Frank is alive. $15 double to the 4, 6, and 7. Ciaran. So look, you saved money in the end, Ciaran. You saved $50 because the 7 scratched.
I'm alive to the 5, 7, 10.
For 5. Okay. Let me check real quick what those probables are looking like for you. Actually, it's official, so we can look at the will pays. Final double pool, ladies and gentlemen, 241,000.
Oh, I wasn't too far off.
Was it more than the late pick 3 pool or less?
I would say it was more because so many people probably got knocked out of the pick 3. Actually, no, I'll say less.
No. First thought, best thought. You were right. The $5 late double pool, 241,000. The $3 late pick 3, 231,000.
Oh, wow.
How about that? The late pick 4 was only 337,000. Ciaran,
the low takeouts are taking
late pick 4.
The low takeout bets are doing it, you know.
Then maybe people will really start to pay attention when our
versus complaining online. The CAWs. I'm not gambling ever again. But then they gamble again. Like, we can't stop gambling. Come on.
Of course they gamble. Come on.
Who are we fooling?
Okay, so tell me who you're alive to, and I will tell you what you're looking at.
5, 7, 10.
Okay. 5, 175.
Okay.
7, 110. And 10, 129. So,
those are horrible pays compared to what they were. You know what I mean? They were much better.
Well, yeah. I mean, you had.
You know, because you know why it just got diluted even more? 11 went off as the favorite, right? So then we have all those canceled tickets, and that sucks.
Yeah, no, I mean, it totally messed up the pays. And, everybody who was on the Lee Borussia horse saved their money. Frank is alive 3 times to the 4, 6, and 7. Let's see what I'm looking at. 98, 195, and 110, but I have those 3 times. Yeah, not terrible for races where we didn't have a super strong opinion. Ciaran, let me ask you this, because there's a horse in this nightcap who owes you nothing. And I was kind of surprised you didn't pick the horse, because I thought maybe the one could try to wire them again. That's Ribbons.
I looked so close because, you know what I mean? Especially because it won opening day, summer. And I was like, well, of course, they're here opening day fall, but that's not the same horse on that first race. Yeah. Maybe, but maybe DeMuro is going to win his, 3 in a row just to spite us for not picking him.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that you didn't come up with that horse.
I mean, won first before, but flopped in the last race. I mean, I used it in the last race. I actually have used it every single time since the first. So this is along the lines of the Scatoni off angle. So I jumped off.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought one of the closers would come run this horse down. But I wouldn't worry about that last race. That was just a horrible trip. And the horse loves Del Mar. I mean, first, third by a neck, second by a head. So I might do a little saver on that horse based on the action. Yeah, this you could really spread it here.
Man, with the pays we're getting here, we got the 5 at 9 to 1. These are just really sad payouts in the double, Frank. We're going to get a good price on the double, and we're still going to be like, that's all we got. Those scratches really messed it up. I'm sad.
Oh, they absolutely messed.
But I mean, usually I'd be tempted to do an exacta or a trifecta, but I think the robots are going to eat those pools alive in this race, so I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah, I think this is the kind of pool where,
They'll
they
just
can
ravage
basically
it.
set the market because there's not an overwhelming favorite in here. So they can
And
basically make the prices whatever they want.
and they'll spread it all, and we'll be here, and we'll go, oh my God, I got a 50 to 1 over a 19 to 1 over a 10 to 1, and then it's a $200 pay, and I'm like, what?
Well, we might face some of that this weekend at the Breeders' Cup, and that would be very,
I
very
think
interesting. And a lot of players would not be very happy with that.
I do not cheer for odds changes. I hate it, but I almost feel like with that lawsuit being filed, that if we do see odds changes on a couple of these races on the Breeders' Cup, it might really wake up, the powers that be that kind of have their own blinkers on and don't want to look,
Look,
We'll see.
mean, you have 500 people at least who either qualified their way in or are paying $10,000 to participate in their tournament, and
most vocal people, they're us.
We're looking at numbers that aren't real.
Yep.
Is what?
They're us, like complaining.
But
I mean,
you're looking at no, but you're looking at a market that isn't real. So like, let's say you're about to win, you're going into the last race and you have a shot to win,
and you need a 4 to 1. Yep.
Correct. Yes, and that horse.
And you did your math.
The horse as he's getting in the gate, and then he wins, and he's 2 to 1, and you don't win the contest. You lose by $500 or something because of that significant odds shift.
In the Breeders' Cup betting challenge, to win it, you usually need about $150,000 is a good goal to be safe, which means going into that last race, you need like $30,000 to $40,000. So, and a lot of these guys who win it are doing $30,000 to $40,000 on an exacta or straight up win bet on like a 3 or 4 to 1 to get there, or an exacta that's going to pay 3 or 4 to 1. And then when the gates go off, their 3 or 4 to 1 turns into a 7 to 5, and they miss out.
And they miss. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, look about, when Drew Coatney won the BCBC, he bet like 100,000 to win on Flightline, and that bet didn't move Flightline's odds.
No, nothing.
But
nothing.
The CAWs were all about it that year, and that horse gets whacked in even more. Maybe he comes up short, and I mean that would be devastating.
Yep.
Devastating, and so it'll be very interesting to see how these things play out. Let's see what's going on.
I think we'll get a really good idea, I think, tomorrow, Frank, because there's some races where a lot of people, there's dominant favorites, you know what I mean, and there's some races where there's a couple of them, but we could see that the gates open and some of these horses go from 3 to 1 to 8 to 5,
Yeah.
Just with the amount of money that gets bet.
Ciaran, Dan is saying that DRF has probable off odds in their formulator PPs that give you a pretty good idea of what they think the final odds will be based on double action, etc. I don't look at those, Dan, but Optics has something very similar. So when I have Optics up, I know what the double plays are, and the live odds are reflected based on that. So that is something I will absolutely be using tomorrow. And
Racelets kind of has the same thing. Like they'll do a pace thing, and then, for example, if we look at this race here, I can pull it up. So we're looking at. I got to boot in my PC, but it'll say like current odds, or the morning line odds are 8 to 1, but then it does its own AI projection, and it goes, well, the real odds should be 2 to 1, or the real odds should be like 15 to 1. It's like another little tool. Like if you're looking for a reason to toss a horse or add a horse, sometimes when you see how it says the pace is going to go out, you might add or delete, if that makes sense. Not that I follow it religiously, but it's like one of those things. I'll come up with my own and then look at it and go, oh, well, the AI kind of thinks the same way I do. Okay, that's good. Or the AI is really different than me. Am I wrong or is it wrong?
Dan makes a good suggestion because we have plenty of time. Dan, why don't you open your formulator? I'm going to open Optics, and Ciaran, you open Race Lens if you can on your phone, and let's all see what the projected odds are for each.
Well, wait you see this, Frank. So on Race Lens for this race, number 6, 10 to 1 morning line adjusted true odds 3-1. And the other one is Lila, number 7, 15-1 morning line, 2-1 adjusted odds. And I made the comment earlier that we looked like the 7 was getting hammered a little bit more, and the morning line odds were wrong. So,
but I don't know. But I don't think the morning line was very wrong on that horse, actually. Because look at this horse's last races: 21-1, 35-1, 16-1. We like that horse, Ciaran, because we read between the lines. That horse is taking money because that's a wise guy horse. That's sneaky. I don't think that was a bad morning line in this case. I really don't. Would you have made this horse 5-1 based on the way this horse has been bet the last 3 times at this level? And
I would
6th and 9th?
I would have made it 5 or 6-1. I would absolutely would have, yes. Only because things like Baltus taking the blinkers off, the workout here, the last couple of works. I thought 15 was just too generously, and I knew I wouldn't get it. You know
10,
what I mean?
Maybe 10 or 8, but as short as 5.
In this race, I thought in this race, they were so all over the place that I thought the morning line was too high for this one, if that makes sense, with a bunch of question marks.
That I'll agree with, but I think 5 is way too short, and I guess 15 is way too high. So maybe 8-1 would have been a better line. Yes? No?
Yes, I agree. Yep.
Okay.
Now,
so
the one that's shocking to me right now is the Pratt Phil horse, number 5, is sitting here at 10-1. If you told me a Phil and Pratt horse, even in a race like this, with a major jockey upgrade, would be sitting at this price, and yeah, I know, worked out at Los Al, blah, blah, blah. But, I've talked about that before. That is not something that's bad, working at Los Al and then coming down here to Del Mar. We've hit some prices with Phil over the summer on that move.
It's got to be a turf race. It's got to be a turf race, though, not dirt race.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the Los Al, that Los Al main track, well, the only track, for some reason gets turf horses fit, but they don't get them fit on the dirt.
Correct.
Paul Victory, Alive Q, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 in the pick 3. Great, Paul. Victory.
Oh, nice.
So, Ciaran, let's roll through the odds. So right now, Ribbons is 3-1, and according to Optics, the double odds based on the money, the horse in the double is 4.23-1. So
on Racelands that had Ribbons as 5-1 morning line, true odds 11-1, which is what I had thought and why I kind of tossed it. So interesting that it's 3-1 right now.
Oh, okay. So I don't have. That's based on their fair value. Okay. I don't have that through Optics. I just have what it compares to the double, so you can have an idea of whether the line is going to come in or out.
Okay.
And it looks like the money in the win pool here is pretty accurate. What was Race Lenses for number 7?
15-1 adjusted odds. They had it as the 2-1 favorite. They had it winning. Okay. Their win percentage for the number 7 was 32.5%. And that's like the kind of win percentage you would see on a Baffert monster. So that's why it was interesting to me.
Okay, well, the current odds on number 7 are 5, but if you have the horse in the double, you're getting 7.58-1. So the double is a little bit of an overlay. Dan H., let me ask you real quick. The text that you sent me, those are projected final odds, or are those like what RaceLens does and based on fair value odds based on their algorithm? Because if those are projected, those look way off to me, because there's no way Ribbons is going to go off at 6-1 based on all the money the horse took in the double and on the current odds. Okay, so he's saying those are projected off odds. Or is the 1 7-2, because that was in a different font.
Hey Frank, so I got a question for you.
I'm not sure.
What is the 5, 7, 10 exactas paying? Let's do the lowest ones. Let's go with 7 with 5 exacta.
7, 5. is paying 55 for a buck.
Oh, I think I might. So I think I might. I saved $50 not being able to get my bet in. I think I might do a $10 exacta box, 5, 7, 10. It's cost me $60.
5, 7, 10.
And it gets me in the mood because for the contest this weekend, I'm trying to avoid all trifectas. I'm just going to be doing doubles as our name is, and exactas. That's it.
Yeah, so Dan sent me a screenshot. I misread it. So, Ciaran, just real quick, I'm going to roll down what the DRF thinks the projected odds are, and we'll look at the real odds and see how close they are right now. They think Ribbons is going to end up at 7-2.
It's 7-2 right now.
Yeah, the 2, 6-1.
7-1.
The 3, 5-1.
6-1 right now.
The 4, 9-2.
9-2.
5, 8-1.
8-1 right now.
Okay, the 6, 10-1.
7-1 right now.
The 7, 6-1.
6-1, yep.
Then 28, 72, and 7.
The other ones are, but the 10 is also 7-1 right now.
Yeah, interesting. So it looks like these odds are pretty close to what the projected odds are. So based on the DRF calculator, they're not expecting significant odds drops here. But based on what Ciaran uses, based on that program's fair odds, whatever
going to get hammered.
They think the 1 is a horrible underlay here.
Correct.
3-1. Interesting.
And they think the 7's going to get hammered. So it'll be interesting to see if 7 does get hammered.
Well, no. What are their fair odds for the 7?
2-1.
Oh wow!
From
I'll
15
tell you
to 1.
That's not going to happen.
Well, 2-1 from 15-1, and their win percentage is 32. And I said earlier, that's the kind of win percentage. Usually, a 20s is pretty good. You know what I mean? When you see those 30s and 40s, it's usually a Baffert beast, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Or
I don't think the money's going to come in that much on number 7.
Well,
just based on the way the horse was betting the double.
Well, to give you an example, right now it is the third 19K in the win pool on the 1, 15 on the 4, 14 on the 7. So there's not a whole lot of difference. And the place money, number 7 has more place money.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, yeah, this will be a very good exercise. Let's see what happens. But we know that the 1's not going to drift up to 11, right?
Oh, not a chance. I think the 1, I think it'll probably stay around. We'll probably end up with that being 7-2, 3-1, and then, well, it's actually going to be an interesting exercise to see what happens here.
Yeah, Dan, this was actually a very good idea because, this is something that we're going to be talking about tomorrow during the contest. Like we just said, the last thing you want to do is make a play where you think you're going to move up, maybe into the top 10 or even try to win it. And then all of a sudden the odds aren't what they seem to be. Even with all the money in the breeders, even with all that liquidity here on.
I wonder how many players are actually in their heads adjusting for that possibility. I probably don't think a lot. I'm sure the likes of Matt are going to be doing those calculations, but I wonder how many people haven't even thought about that aspect of it. In past years, I'm betting it for 5-1. I usually get it in the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be we're going to learn pretty quickly tomorrow.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, the horse goes off at 4-1. Matt is very smart. I guarantee you, he builds a little extra fat in those bets. He'll bet more money to account for some kind of odds drop. But it's a guessing game.
Yes, it is.
A guessing game.
Educated guessing.
Yeah, but it's not even educated. You don't know what these computer guys are going to do. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, you can go from 5-1 to 7-5. That's not something. I read
an interesting article, and we all seem to think they're like U.S. based gamblers, But a lot of the stuff, since everyone's been mad and everyone's starting to post more information on it, a lot of the stuff's coming back, and they're foreigners. They're overseas money, is what it is, which was interesting to me. Supposedly, they could track everyone who puts money in.
I'm not following.
So we're thinking it's U.S.-based gamblers, the CAWs, but a lot of the stuff I've been reading, it's not.
Oh no, they're all overseas.
Yeah, and
they're all overseas. They're
all overseas people, not here.
Yeah, no. It's all overseas. They have favorable tax breaks and gambling laws.
Yep.
No. These guys are printing money. It's printing money. They don't lose. They don't pay taxes. I mean, it's just
no taxes. They get a rebate. And they're able to hook into the tote board and see what the maximum value there is. We're going to lose. We're going to bet 100,000. You're going to show us all your cards in this poker game, and then we're going to bet so that we only lose 5,000, and then we get 10,000 rebates, so we're ahead no matter what.
Right, but we also have every single combination covered, so we can scoop the pool, because we know that in the pick 5, no one has the combination to the 10. So we're going to buy that combination and scoop the pool if that happens. No, it's ridiculous. It's not. I mean, it's not even playing a game. It's just.
Well, Frank,
it's setting the market and owning the market.
The robot money is starting to come in on the one, so that's interesting. One has almost doubled in win pool money.
Yeah, well, Dan H said that the one was the pretty big favorite in the pay legs, in all the multi-race stuff as well. I'm still showing 3-1 though. Did that come in more?
They just, 3-1 right now.
Pretty accurate here. I don't think we're going to see much movement after this. 0 minutes to post.
Yeah, I think that was the 2-minute cutoff money we saw flying in, supposedly. All right, I'm going to head out and watch it, Frank.
Yep, all right. Good luck, everybody. They're getting into the gate. Good luck to everyone who is alive. Probably should be alive to this one here. At least Ciaran should be. I'm shocked he didn't use the one, as I mentioned earlier, just because the horse has been so good to him. I just have to hope that somebody else goes. One of these horses from the outside, one of these no-hopers, soften up Ribbons a little bit and set it up for number 7, who I think is the strongest closer in the race, and that is why I picked her. Love that she's bet in half. They're off. Good luck, everyone. I'll keep quiet for now. Dan H is a genius. All that talk about finding price horses, and it's chalk.
Wow. Gate to wire.
Well, I knew that was a possibility. I really did. Problem was the other horse that thought might go. The stretch out sprinter, Polythene Pam, stumbled at the start and was mid-pack. So once again, Ribbons was gifted that victory.
That's 3 in a row. That's 3 in a row for DeMuro, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. He must have sold the soul of the devil or something, because I don't think he won that many races all summer.
Yeah, well,
I'm actually glad.
There's two ways to look at it. You got to watch how he's which horses he's on in the Breeders' Cup, or toss all his Breeders' Cup horses.
Yeah, he's not going to win a Breeders' Cup race. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, I'm kind of lucky that the 3 didn't win, because for some reason I bet the 4. I had it in my head that my A's were the 4, 6, and 7, but I'm looking at my column now. I had the 3 as an A, and that would have been a really big mistake if that horse had won and I didn't have it.
Been there, done that.
In the double. I'll tell you this right now, though, Ciaran, 7 had a really bad trip. Had to steady a bunch of times. The 4 never had any room. When the rails are out this far, we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Very, very tough for the closers, and it's not so much that speed is better. It's just that closers have less room to navigate, because if you look at the lane, I mean, it's the turf course is so tiny when the rails are out that far. 3 probably ran the best race. For a second there, Ciaran, I thought your 5 was going to win, because Pratt had the horse in the.
No, he looked locked and ready to go, and then nothing. I actually thought Pratt was just going to blow by Ribbons.
Very smart, Chris. He saved with a win bet on the 1. That was the wise thing to do. That's where the money showed up. And the more we talked about that horse, without the pace in the race, how was that horse not going? Is that right? Is there a carryover? So does that carry over to Sunday?
Yeah, it doesn't carry over to the Breeders' Cup. It carry over to Del Mar. I'm pretty sure.
Junior is right. 5 of 6. The only
That's
horses
crazy.
were alive. The only horses that were alive in the pick 6 were the 2, the 3, and the 10.
Wow.
Wow is right.
We're going to have some good pools for our Sunday show, Frank.
Yeah, it has to count, right, because this is a $2 pick 6. Well, that might be part of it, Junior. Now that it's a $2 minimum, the CRWs have to spend a lot more money to cover all the combinations. They have to double the money.
And they're picking which ones they can't cover in the combinations.
I've been advocating that for a while. Raise the minimums, lower the takeout. If you're going to allow the CAWs, make them spend a lot more money and give them razor-thin margins.
Yes. And then they've got to pick and choose where they spend their money, and it juices the pools for the rest of us.
Good job, Dan H. Glad you cashed. Pick 3, daily double. Excuse me. Anybody else out there hit, let us know. But we're going to wrap up this show more quickly than usual. Dan, reach out to me Sunday morning. I'm going to be totally swamped Friday and Saturday with the Breeders' Cup. But let's have a little pregame chat on the phone, and hopefully you can join us for. And
then Frank, we're gonna do some videos here from Del Mar, little short ones for the Breeders' Cup weekend, right? Show them just short, little, quick ones. Probably we're gonna try to. We may not get around to it, but the plan is that we'll hopefully push out some content. I think is what we're thinking.
Yeah, we're going to try to do it. Sounds great in theory, but once we get boots on the ground, we don't know how the days are going to go. And, long days, crowded, and, the contest, et cetera. Ciaran, before I sign you off here, we got a question. What's the word on Gold Phoenix?
He's training fantastic. That's all we got to say. Phil, he worked great in the morning. Rispoli, he's a lazy horse. He changes leads without even thinking now, which has always been an issue. Gold's actually won some races without changing his lead. And Rispoli, he changes it immediately for him. Training fantastic. Phil in the last workout said, yeah, we've come in fantastic every year. He's a fantastic horse, but you can tell he's got a little bit of confidence after winning 2 in a row. The last 3 years when we've come into this race, we lost to John Henry. We're coming in on a win streak here, and horses know, they're feeling it. I think we have a big shot. And if you look at a lot of the handicappers out there, the last 3 years, we didn't even get mentioned. And now you'll see some reluctant mentions. Yeah, he loves Del Mar, blah, blah, blah. So,
no, Ciaran, I meant to tell you this. I don't think they're reluctant mentions because, I was always teasing you, Gold Phoenix, no shot, no shot, no shot. This field is not that tough.
No, this is not as solid a field as everyone's talking. Now, I'm actually tossing Mini Hawk. I might use it in some. If she wins, I'll tip my hat and go, yes, this is the female flight line for turf racing, but 3-year-old, she's got to prove it. You know what I mean? So, Rebels Romance.
I think Mini Hawk is so vulnerable. I'm taking Rebels Romance on the square over Mini Hawk. I can't believe Rebels Romance isn't favorite. Won this race twice, drawn in 5.
We kind of wanted to be drawn a little bit in, but at least we're not parked on the outside like we were last year, and it still didn't matter. We ran 4th. But I actually like that Minnie is next to us because she's going to go and maybe clear a path for Gold to sneak over. And there is a lot of pace in this race, and that's always been our nemesis in some races. And Gold's best races have been at 1.5 miles. Not a crazy. I mean, I'm always going to say Gold Phoenix is going to win. I mean, the joke with you guys is when does Ciaran not think that damn horse is going to win? But
exactly.
this is not the greatest selection of horses in this race. Even though when you watch the videos, everyone just said it's a 2-horse race. I think you're going to get some prices out of that race.
No, look, I think Ciaran. I think Mini Hawk is so vulnerable. As good as Rebels Romance is. What if he doesn't get the right trip, etc. And then you look at Goliath, who's an absolute monster, but Goliath was kind of an afterthought here. They supplemented the horse.
Well, let me give you, I do all my stat stuff, Frank, and let me see if I can pull it up before we go if the guys want to read it. Because I've already handicapped most of the stuff. That was the first race I looked at, as you know, Gold's race. I want to see, who we're up against, but I'm all about the stats. And one thing, I love stats on Breeders' Cup Week because a lot of these races end up being very, very, very formful, and the stats play a lot over time. But for the turf, over the last 7 winners of this race won their prep race. So there's only 6 horses that have done that. So that makes you go, oh, you toss all the horses that didn't win their prep. And the 6 horses that won their prep were Rebel, Goliath, Wimbledon, Salawi, Gold, and Ethical. I mean, Minnie lost her prep at, they say, well, she ran second at the Arc de Triomphe, blah, blah, blah. Well, she lost, so she doesn't meet the criteria. Irish bred horses have won 19 times. Guess what Gold is? An Irish bred. Now, I know I'm always gonna cheer for my horses, as you guys know. But
I'm telling you, I'm against Mini Hawk. Yep. I've been through this field a zillion times. It's Rebels Romance. It's Goliath. I actually like the number 3 Amalok a little bit, a 3-year-old, and it's Gold Phoenix. I really don't like anybody else in that race. I think Gold. Well, I tossed Goliath because the prep was in Germany, like Rebel Romance. So I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't follow it like I used to. So that was my negative on Goliath. Salawi. They weren't going to run here. Okay. They only decided to run here as an afterthought. So the horse wasn't pointed to this race. So that's a huge knock on Goliath. Huge.
Yeah. Amalok ran second in the prep, which is why it was a toss for me on the stats. But the horse won 5 in a row, so I wouldn't talk you off the horse. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wimbledon Hawkeye won a prep at Kentucky Downs. So Salawi won a prep at Woodbine at this distance. But how good was that race and led gate to wire? That's one of those speedsters in there. I think the speedsters are gonna. I think we're gonna get some good pace, and it's all about who can get over and save the ground on this race. It's real, and if the lane opens, I mean, it's always when you're a closer, you need a lane. So it's going to be what's it going to look like into the turn. I think it's a good betting race.
Ciaran, you know me, I like to give you a hard time, and in years past, I thought that Gold Phoenix had no shot, and the fact that Gold Phoenix ran fourth 2 years in a row was amazing. Outran his odds, outran everybody's opinion. This field is not nearly as good as those races were. Your favorite is a 3-year-old filly who ran her eyeballs out to finish second in the Arc. If she bounces back and ships overseas and wins this race, like you said,
that's what I said. That's one of my tip of the hats. I'm like, yep, I was wrong. This horse is the real deal. But yeah, that's a lot to overcome right now.
Yeah, and the price she's going to be is ridiculous. I don't want any part of her. I think you have to beat Rebels Romance. You have to beat the defending champ.
One of my bets is going to be an exacta. I mean, of course, I'm going to do a win with Gold Phoenix, but I'm probably looking at an exacta box, and it might be a decent one with Gold and Rebels Romance, and then tossing in El Cordobes as well, the Appleby horse who does well at the distance. So those are the three I'm looking at.
Yeah, don't get beat by Charlie Appleby on Breeders' Cup days. if you can use the horse, absolutely use the horse. The reason I liked Amalak, I know the horse lost the prep, but I think the horse was a little short, and it was the first time he was facing elders. And that's a Group 1. The Irish St. Leger is a very prestigious race. I think this horse is a steadily improving 3-year-old who could really pop up and make some noise. But like I said, Ciaran, after that, the talent level drops off dramatically. And we talked about the Kentucky Downs prep winner. I think Ed DeRosa. Hey, Larry, thanks for joining us, by the way. I think Ed DeRosa posted something about Kentucky Downs horses in the Breeders' Cup or something like 0 for 128.
Well, there's an even crazier stat. California-based horses in 25 years, only one winner until this year.
That would be a good trivia question. Did they tell you who the winner was?
I actually had it, and I didn't. For some reason, I didn't put my notes out. But then the other one is the last 7 winners. You know how I said the last 7 winners won their prep, so there's only 6 horses. But the last 7 winners also won a G1 or a G2. And the horses that met that criteria were Rebels Romance, Goliath, and Silawi. Now, of course, the California horses are up against it because we don't really have many Grade 1 races anymore, especially on turf. I mean, what is the only one? There's only a couple of them here during the year. But I will say Gold won the John Henry, which was named after one of the greatest Grade 1 winners ever. So that's our... I'm always looking for angles that I can bend.
I know who the California horse is.
Who was it?
Johar, or Joe, that trained by Richard Mandela. Dead heated with the European horse. Remember they dead heated?
Yes. Yes.
At Santa Anita when the fires were in the background and Mandela won 4 races.
Yep.
And Durkin goes, man, oh, Mandela. I think it was Johar. I think that was the name of the horse. Anyway, Ciaran, I will see you a little later. Everyone here wishes you the best. You got a shot. You got a real shot.
Always a shot. Chip in a chair. That's all we need.
Thanks for watching, DTL crew. If we can do some videos throughout the day tomorrow, we will. If not, we will see you back live again on Sunday. We'll recap the weekend, and we'll look to make some money. Sorry today didn't work out, but
makes us more hungry.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.